we move to the Chicago Bears, um, and you know what? They may have a shot. I think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid a little early here, but they might have a shot at winning the division. We're going to get the odds up as I talk about the schedule for the Chicago Bears. They have three preseason games, and they're tough preseason games with tough teams: the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills, and the Kansas City Chiefs. That being said, we jump right into the Bears' schedule, but just like the Packers, they have an early bye in Week 5. Monday Night Football, home against the Minnesota Vikings, at the Detroit Lions. So back-to-back division games right there. Then home against on a nationally televised game against the Dallas Cowboys. At the another nationally televised game at the Las Vegas Raiders. Then they have the bye. So two nationally televised games there and a primetime game, Shano, for the first four games.
Yeah. And then the main question we have with the Bears, at least I do, is how does Ben Johnson, how is he as a head coach?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He was a great offense coordinator in Detroit, but great coordinators don't always turn out to be good coaches, good head coaches.
That's true.
So it'll be interesting to see how he plays out. Was it Dan Campbell holding the ship together up there in Detroit, or can he do it on his own? So that's something to look forward to. And then to go along with that, you have Caleb Williams, who has all the talent and potential in the world. How is he going to adapt to learning a new offense in his second year and all the terminology and everything he has to do? So I expect a little bit of a slower start for the Bears. I do think they're going to be better than last year, but I think it's going to take a couple weeks for them to hit their stride.
The Bears at plus 425 to win the NFC North. But again, we talked about a tight division there. The favorite, of course, is Detroit Lions at plus 140. Then comes the Packers at 260, according to DraftKings here. And then the Minnesota Vikings at plus 400. And as I just told you, the Chicago Bears at plus 425. May do a little pizza on that. But let's continue with the schedule here, Shano. We have, when they come back out of the bye, the Chicago Bears, again, has to go to our beloved Washington Skins on a Monday Night Football. Then they go home. They come back home, host the New Orleans Saints. Then it's two away games. At the Baltimore Ravens, at the Cincinnati Bengals, home against the Giants, at Minnesota. It's a long stretch, Shano. I'm telling you right now. A home against the Pittsburgh Steelers, at Philadelphia, at Green Bay. It's looking tough. Home against Cleveland, home against Green Bay again, so that's their second time that they face Green Bay. And then at the San Francisco 49ers will be a Sunday night game on December 28th. And then home against, which could determine if you guys are looking at the Chicago Bears as possibly winning the division with that Week 18 home against the Detroit Lions. Wow.
That is a long stretch.
Very
long. That's an early bye. That's going to come back. That's the same thing we said with the Packers too.
Yep.
Because the Packers are Week 5 bye as well. So like that is just such a long stretch of games to go to end the season with. Some games there that I like, the one I'll just highlight.
Right.
Is just of course against Washington last year. If you guys remember, that was the Hail Mary game, right? Yep. So the Bears thought they had that game wrapped up, and then Jaden scrambled around and pulled some magic out of his hat and threw it downfield, and Commanders won. That's going to be a big one. Obviously, both games against the Lions are going to be big. Ben Johnson playing against his former team, right?
Right.
I don't know. Did Eminem ever write that diss rap he was going to do against? Do you remember that when he said like, if you leave, I was going to?
Exactly. Exactly. What are your overall record for this? I will go first. This could be. It's like it's either they come back strong, from what they were before, or it's the Bears, literally the Bears. So it could go. I would say because of Ben Johnson, etc. If Caleb listens and you know, and really works on doing his homework in the film room, it could be an 11-6 team. However, based on paper, 7-10.
That's where I have them, 7-10. For me personally, I think based on for the whole division as a whole, I'm thinking Packers are going to be the champs.
Right.
I kind of like their odds right now too at plus 260. It might change more, but I don't bet on futures this far out because who knows what can happen.
Sure.
But based on going through all their schedules, I like the Packers. But the only thing that scares me, like I told you, is that early bye, and the same thing with the Bears here. That bye is super early, and then playing 12 games in a row, 13 games in a row. That's a tough stretch.
Yeah.